Hello everyone, it's Dazzling One, and this week's discussion is on the dualistic weather on the west and east coast, specifically fire and ice. And if you've been keeping up with the California wildfire, Thomas, you're aware that 282,000 acres since it began on December 4th were burned. And what's problematic about this fire, besides all of the property damage, is now there's a risk of mudslides now that it's over, and President Trump had to declare a state of emergency for California because of it. And back in the spring of 2014, there was a brush fire above the Camarillo Springs neighborhood, and it burned off all the plant life. And the problem is when rain hits, it can cause rocks to cascade, and this did happen, and there were homes that were destroyed, and they're saying that there isn't expected to be a lot of rainfall in the next 3 months, but if they get a little too much, then it can cause a mudslide. But at the same time, they're experiencing a drought, so rain is needed, but they need just the right amount. And then on the East Coast, from Florida up to Maine, they're going to experience tomorrow on January 4th a bomb cyclone. What's interesting about it is it's considered a winter hurricane, and it's been named Grayson. The storm is also known as Bomb Genesis, and it is expected to have an atmospheric pressure of 24 millibars or more in a period of 24 hours, according to the Weather Channel. And temperatures from it are expected to be 20 to 40 degrees below normal. What else is interesting with this is that bringing in the new year of 2018, NBC New York reported that temperatures dropped to 9 degrees Fahrenheit, which made it the second coldest New Year's Eve in Times Square on record since 1917, which was over 100 years ago. What I find interesting about all of this is that I don't believe that the wildfires and even the time that they occurred, because they were occurring long past their regular seasonal time. I know California has a history of it, but it does seem like it's something that is out of the norm, and many would say that it could be a result of projects like microwave-directed energy weapons in California, and even like the storms that have occurred since, such as Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Maria. Some would point to HAARP and to NASA's cloud seeding and say that this is a ploy for population reduction. I also want to keep in mind that August 21st, 2017, there was the Great American Solar Eclipse that occurred, and many would say that this happens all the time. However, the path that it chose to take and the timing of all of these natural disasters since don't seem to be a coincidence, and we know there was social engineering in the wearing of the solar eclipse glasses to protect the eyes, but it does seem like it's not a coincidence. And unfortunately, I think we're going to continue to see more of this weather, because whether it is judgment or it's those in power using regular weather and amplifying it or creating situations to reduce the population, it does seem to be a fact of what we're seeing. And I'd like to know what you guys' thoughts are on all of this, but I just found it interesting that within a month you have, and it is the winter season, so it's not too atypical, but you have fire on the west coast, and then you have winter storms or ice, and I just thought of the duality in looking at all of this. But I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care, and God bless.